In a recent interview, President Trump advocated the usage of waterboarding and more severe forms of torture. His main reason behind advocating illegal enhanced interrogation techniques being simply that they work. Is this another case of alternative facts, or does Trump actually have knowledge that even the best of interrogators could only dream of knowing? Trump acknowledges that waterboarding is banned by saying,
"Of course it's bad, but..."
Following this up with,
"Not chopping off heads, folks, okay, that I can tell you."
Which I don't believe is an argument that would hold up in any court of law. I mean, sure, Your Honor, I committed armed robbery, which is banned.
Of course it's bad, but it's not chopping off heads, folks, okay, that I can tell you.
Trump stated that he would approve it immediately when talking about waterboarding and other forms of torture, also claiming that he would also make it much worse. Now, not only is the current President of the United States advocating the usage of illegal forms of interrogation, but worse still, he's advocating the usage of waterboarding, which has time and time again proven to not be an effective form of interrogation. Instead of just making a meme of this situation and leaving it at that, which I have also done, this video will be used as a short introduction to the topic of torture, and next week's video will go into a lot more depth into the effectiveness and potential dangers of torture. One of the main problems in this February 2016 interview is that the President-to-be comes across as extremely misinformed and having very little knowledge about an extremely serious topic with extremely serious consequences. This is made painstakingly apparent when he makes the following two statements in the interview.
Remember the power of weaponry. This isn't 100 years ago where we fight hand-to-hand combat.
And talked about ISIS having
weapons that are so destructive, that the world could end.
One of which could possibly be a slip of the tongue, and the other could potentially be a simple mistake. Yet he doesn't correct himself and says them with such confidence that he makes you want to believe them. And to be honest, whether mankind was or wasn't fighting with hand-to-hand combat 100 years ago isn't of much relevance. However, I do believe that this is something the President of the United States should know. It also weakens the rest of his arguments and undermines his knowledge of the topic. Making a mistake about something seemingly this minor in such a big debate as torture makes you wonder what other mistakes and misconceptions he's spreading as truths. This has been said time and time again, especially about the Trump administration, but leaving minor mistakes uncorrected or even refusing to correct them will lead to those untruths being exposed and undermining your argument, no matter how significant the mistake was. Claiming that the enemies that the United States faces, in this case talking about ISIS, have weapons so destructive that the world could end, on the other hand, is a significantly more serious accusation to make. There has been no confirmed knowledge of the terrorist organisation being in possession of weapons of mass destruction. The last president to have made a claim as serious and false as this one caused the deaths of over 100,000 people, including 4,000 American soldiers. Is there, however, a possibility that in the future a terrorist organisation may be able to procure a nuclear weapon? Absolutely, yes, it is a possibility. But for now, that is all it remains as, a possibility. Barack Obama warned in 2016 of the possibility of this happening at the International Nuclear Security Summit, stating that it is one of the greatest threats to global security. The President told reporters at a news conference in Brisbane, Australia back in 2014 that
we discovered that ISIL had gotten possession of a nuclear weapon and we had to run an operation to get it out of their hands, then yes, you can anticipate that not only would Chairman Dempsey recommend me sending U.S. ground troops to get that weapon out of their hands, but I would order it.
Rumours of a dirty bomb have been circulating since 2014, after 88 pounds of uranium was stolen from Mosul University. However, no evidence of such a weapon has ever been found. Bob Kelly, a former UN nuclear inspector, told NBC News that the material ISIS likely possessed was low grade and did not pose a major threat. Furthermore, he also doubted whether ISIS would be capable of transporting a nuclear weapon. Kelly also said that putting it in a dirty bomb is a pretty silly idea, and if you spread uranium over a large surface area, it's just going to disappear. It should seem pretty apparent by now that Trump's only intention was to scaremonger, and if it clearly worked back in 2003, what's stopping it from working again? If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like down below. The second part will be coming out next Wednesday. For more videos like this one, click that subscribe button. As I said earlier, this video has only been an introduction to the topic, and next week's video will go a lot more in depth.